Yo, what's up guys, Turel here on Turel Game Vlogs. I kinda honestly should have made this a main channel video, but I'm not going to because I'm lazy and I've already decided this is a vlog channel based on this intro. Anyways, this is a response to Game on Cloud 9, aka Ervin, and his video talking about the bias in the anime community and kind of the shit he's going through. So, I will link that. I'll probably put this as a video response and probably annotate it somewhere on the screen. And I'm just going to kind of talk to you. This is mainly directed at Ervin, but everyone can comment at everything. Okay, the first thing I want to mention is this whole, the bias in the One Piece community. The first thing I think he kind of goes over is the whole One Piece thing, where if you praise One Piece, you're fine, but if you were to defend something in Naruto or Bleach, then you're on some bullshit. Just to let you know, that used to be the completely other way around like 3 or 4 years ago. One Piece's popularity is something that recently happened, and the bandwagoning / just its overall popularity growing over here is only really something that came from pretty much, I believe it probably started from somewhere around the Impel Down and Marineford arcs, and then just kind of snowballed into time skip territory where it just became popular as hell. But originally, when I first got on here, when I was making videos in 2008, 2009, you could not say anything positive about One Piece and expect anyone to respect your opinion. Seriously, it was the exact opposite. Naruto was the theoretical shit because that was when it first started. It became really popular in America due to Tsunami Boom and all that other shit with it. And One Piece was still on 4Kids bullshit at that point, or coming out of the 4Kids bullshit and going into Funimation territory. But I think Funimation only had it for like a year or two, and they hadn't been able to do too much with it. It's that same logic. So the bias, this is something that's going to change. Also, people are automatically biased about something. It's rare. It is very rare to find someone who is truly objective about everything. Everyone's going to be biased. The other thing I want to suggest to you is to get the fuck out of these conversations where you feel like shit. And I mean, mind you, I haven't seen all the streams you guys have done because y'all have done a whole bunch of fucking streams. I've seen a decent amount of them. And the thing is that you're known for saying reckless shit. I mean, even me giving you advice, I can honestly admit that I do not agree with almost any of the claims you've made in some of those calls. Mind you, I haven't watched all those streams because most of those streams are like 4 fucking hours, and I don't really have that time to just waste in a day anyway on 4 fucking hours worth of stream material, especially because it's redundant as hell too. That's the other problem. Which gets into kind of my whole reason why a lot of people are like, oh, why don't you just jump in all these streams and shit? I'm like, because my biggest thing is I don't care for versus matches. I find those boring as fuck because it's redundant as fuck, and because to me it comes off pointless as fuck. Now, all those criticisms I've just given that doesn't, you know, if you do it, that's perfectly fine for you. But for me, I just don't find that shit entertaining. And the problem with you, Ervin, is that for one, you're worrying way too much about two things. You're worrying way too much about other people's opinions of you, and worrying way too much about respect. Because at the end of the day, you're making videos on the internet. Now, that whole joke about the internet being serious business is one thing, but this is another thing, because you are physically getting frustrated, and don't tell me you're not, because that's what this is. This is you being frustrated about none of your opinions being respected, let alone you getting any respect. Because, to be perfectly honest, from what I've seen, you look like you're pretty much known for saying reckless shit, and it's become a bandwagoning thing that every time you say some type of opinion relating to Naruto or some type of versus matches, that you're probably on some bullshit anyway. And that's just how it is. And the thing you also have to accept is that, in your opinion, you're in the minority. And for some reason, you're looking for this type of respect and acceptance from people you're talking to whose opinions are in the majority. When you're in the minority, I don't know why you would expect that, let alone you need to take a step back anyway, because you need to stop caring about that shit. Because at the end of the day, it's still your opinion. And the main reason why I don't even like the versus matches to begin with is because versus matches are kind of just boring and dull to me. And I'm not really going to sit here and say I care that much about another person's opinion on the same shit. Because we'll sit there and argue an hour for like 3 or 4 hours and nothing is accomplished. And after a while, that shit gets redundant. I mean, my whole thing is that you you're worrying way too much about this shit. You're in these streams all the time. And it's because, and I think it's because of how often you kind of get lambasted for your opinion that you're just becoming more and more frustrated. That's why you want to kind of leave the community. I'm not saying leave the community. I'm saying take a step back. Stop jumping into all these streams and getting into all these debates and arguments and shit that you never win or you never get any props for. Because, for one, I don't give a... I mean, this is just to be perfectly honest. This is to be truthful as hell. This isn't a disrespectful claim. This is a fact. Getting the respect of any reviewer on this site is cool, but it is never required. You are never required to earn the respect of any fucking reviewer. Because if that was the case, then there are certain reviewers who are big as hell right now who damn sure haven't earned the respect of a lot of the young, less popular reviewers. So stop worrying about the fucking respect thing. That's a bullshit. That is a bullshit argument because fuck the respect thing. I don't give a fuck if you respect my opinion. The whole point is that my opinion is there. I mean, I would say you're supposed to respect my opinion, but people are stupid nowadays and they don't want to respect people's opinions. And I don't really care because it's an opinion about Japanese comics and Japanese cartoons. You know, I'm like one of the few guys on here who will say I like Shirahoshi as a character. And I know I'm probably one of the only guys who would say, if not the only guy who says, I think I like Shirahoshi more than Vivi. And I don't really give a fuck if anyone respects that opinion. Because they're not going to. But, you know, just you need to take a step back from the streams. The streams are obviously getting to you in the point where you're getting tired of being considered wrong. Now, mind you, I'm not going to sit here and say I agree with the shit you've said in streams, because I don't. But at the end of the day, my opinion, nor does anyone else's really matter, should really matter. Especially because what kills me is like some of the streams I've seen, you'll like argue shit and be completely... and your argument be completely shot in the foot, and it's like you want a star for trying to argue with someone. Like you're putting the other people you're debating with on a pedestal when you argue with them, and I'm just kind of like sitting there and like, why the fuck are you putting them on a pedestal? I mean, it's like you even stated it yourself in this video. You were like, everybody. It's like everyone regards Ubrakar as like this master debater, but he's not always. But you know that he's not always 100% right. Then why are you putting him on a pedestal when it's like at least like I think I think it was one of the streams on Ubrakar's channel where he was like, where you were like, it's like, at least I should at least deserve some props for trying. I'm like, no, why the fuck do you care about getting props? Like You're acting like you need that type of acceptance. I don't give a damn about that acceptance because that doesn't get me anywhere. I don't really give a fuck if you accept, you know, the fact that I was wrong. Like I don't put other people on pedestals. You know, I don't regard Ubrakar any better of a person than me. But you kind of do, at least in terms of debating, because you want props for debating him. And I'm like, no, that's not a big deal. All I'm saying is, for me personally, I would say step the fuck back and reassess everything. Because if it's getting to the point where you're getting frustrated over not winning debates or people not agreeing with you, then you're worrying way too much about people agreeing with you. You know, it's not that big of a deal. And to be perfectly honest, it's not really worth that time. But that's just my opinion. I don't really think sitting in 4-hour streams talking about the same redundant shit is worth my time. And the other thing is that this community will and has killed many of fans of certain series. You know, if you were a Bleach fan like almost a year ago, you had no say whatsoever. Like literally, if you were a Bleach fan, you got no props whatsoever. But you didn't really fucking need it because you're just a fan of a series. You know, that's why I kind of don't mind. I like not being in those streams because you will get taught to death about a series you like and then get tired of hearing about that series. And then on top of that, it's just the same redundant shit because it's like, because y'all do streams so fucking often and it's the same goddamn topics. Like, what the fuck? Why the fuck would I want to be bothered about the newest chapter of One Piece? I want to enjoy my chapters of One Piece. I don't want to sit here and talk to you for 8 fucking hours about what the fuck I think is in Zoro's eye or some shit. I don't give a fuck. You stop focusing. The theories are cool. You know, if you make videos and theories, that's cool. But for me, if I want a One Piece or Naruto interaction, to me, I think my subscribers do that enough for me. That's how I truly feel. You know, if I want to chat occasionally, that's cool. I'm not going to chat with you all the fucking time, though. And I think it's because you've been getting in so many fucking streams, it's fucking up. It's fucking up not only your enjoyment for the series, but your enjoyment of the community. The community is ass in huge amounts. Don't never, you know, when you're in the minority, like you are, don't ever do this shit repetitively. That's why I don't do this shit repetitively, because I'm in the minority. The shit I like to do and the shit I like the Berserk thing. I agree with you on Berserk. I don't fucking get into that series either. My reasoning is because it's not fun. I don't view Berserk as a fun series to read or watch. Therefore, I don't get into fucking Berserk. I don't give a fuck how well written the story is. If I don't like, if I'm not enjoying myself while reading or watching it, I'm not gonna touch the fucking series. That's just a fact. So, in that whole, seriously, fuck, I'll say this right now. Regardless of Berserk is a well-written story, if you tell me to get into Berserk, I don't give a fuck what you say. Seriously, it don't matter who it is. Because if I've already decided I don't want to get into a series, that's my fucking choice. You know, now obviously I've had this whole mentality of you should give a new series a chance, but that's if you want. That's not something you need to do. That's something you can do. And just take it as it is. You're letting the people you talk to, or you're letting the community push you in a direction you don't want to go. And instead of just backing out of that situation, because you have an option, like you're in this position, you're being pushed from this side, right? You don't know where to go, so you keep moving forward, but trying to dodge shit as you're moving forward. Just get the fuck out of the way. That's all you gotta do. Get the fuck out of the way. Stop being in the line of being pushed and just get the fuck out of the way and assess everything. If you're being pushed, get the fuck out of the way and just assess it from this angle, and then you're fine. That's the best way I can put it. Just take a step back. Stop putting yourself in these positions where you get frustrated. If they're that's what it is. If you're in a position that's causing you problems, you don't sit there and just continually put yourself in positions that are causing you problems. You get the fuck out of those positions and you assess it. Simple as that. So, yeah, that's my response in terms of the bias of the anime community. Everyone is biased. Everyone's opinionated. Therefore, everyone's biased. So, that's how it is. And for me, I'm over here. Motherfuckers are pushing it. If you're being pushed in a way, just get the fuck over here. Just look at it from the objective view. As I said, I got my subscribers. If I want to conversate about One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach, I'll fucking do that. And if I sometimes want to jump into streams, I'll do that too. But if I feel like I want to get into a stream every fucking time and hear the same shit all the fucking time and do versus matches I have no fucking interest in, I'm not gonna get in the fucking stream. I've been sent friend requests and fucking stream invites all the goddamn time. But if I don't want to sit there and talk to you for fucking 4, 6, 8, 12 fucking hours on the same shit, I'm not gonna do it. Stop. You're not required. And fuck the respect of the motherfuckers. Because it's YouTube. I don't need your fucking respect to make videos. Point blank. You don't. You don't need another motherfucker's respect in videos, and you don't need that acceptance to be in the community. If you create a fan base and you're talking to your fan base and you have fun with your fan base or your community or wherever the fuck, that's cool. And that's how I am. I chat about unboxings, I chat about anime reviews I do for Clannad, Is This a Zombie, wherever the fuck, and I do societal discussions. If you do responses, that's cool as fuck with me. And if I want to jump into a stream, I can. You know, just don't limit yourself. That's the best way I say it. Don't act like you're stuck somewhere. You're not. You always have a choice. So just fucking move. That's the only thing you gotta do is move to where you want to be, and you'll be fine. So, vlogs again from your boy Terrell. Hope that did something, and yeah. Peace! I'm so tempted to go skip dance. We can't do that, but that's totally not what you should say in this situation. So, hope that helped. Peace.